Book recommendations? Absolutely. Let's start with the books that I'm reading right now. I have Jared C. Wilson's Lest We Drift. It's Five Departure Dangers from the One True Gospel. And then Drawn by Beauty by Matthew Capps. It's Awe and Wonder in the Christian Life. I'm also currently working my way through The Anxious Generation, How the Great Rewiring of Childhood is Causing an Epidemic of Mental Illness. It's by Jonathan Haidt, as well as It's Not You, Identifying and Healing from Narcissistic People by Dr. Ramini. So far, all really good books. Now, outside what I'm currently reading, I will always recommend God is the Gospel by John Piper and The Explicit Gospel by Matt Chandler. These were actually required readings for my youth leaders back when I was a youth pastor. I would also highly recommend Moments Till Midnight by Brent Crow. It's a really interesting book, takes kind of an imaginative look at the final hours of Paul's life and then kind of gleans reflections from that on how we ought to live our own lives. I will also never not recommend All That's Good, Recovering the Lost Art of Discernment by Hannah Anderson. Like, this book, if you don't get any other book, I would get this book, because discernment for us as Christians, I think, is crucial, especially in this day and age. We also have Jackie Hill Perry, Holier Than Thou, talks about the holiness of God. It's a really good book. I also forgot to mention, I would highly recommend this book. One of the books that I am slowly chugging through, and you can see why, is Grant by Ron Chernow. It talks about the life of Ulysses S. Grant. It's really interesting reading it, too, because you can understand, especially in the first part of the book, the temperance movement that happened in the United States and why that was such a big deal. It never really clicked until I read that book, and he just does an amazing job talking about Grant's life. Also, for you men out there, Fathered by God by John Eldredge. Any book that makes me ugly cry while healing at the same time is a good one. Also, Dietrich Bonhoeffer, Life Together. Really, really short book, really impactful, really good. And speaking of really impactful, really short, really good books, somebody has my copy, and I don't know who or where it is, but it's The Knowledge of the Holy by A.W. Tozer. The book is thinner than this, and it's one of the most impactful books I've ever read. It's one of those books you feel like you ate a whole buffet after each chapter. Also, speaking of the classics, Praise Habit by David Crowder, Finding God in Sunsets and Sushi. The whole premise of the book is finding God in the mundane. Like, if you're one of those people that is constantly